Hello, hello, everybody. It's Saturday. It's Saturday, and I have a little time to create. So we're going to repurpose this little pumpkin. See this thing right here? Oh, you guys, my light, hang tight. It's just giving me a hard time. Hey, I'm going to make an adjustment here. Hold on. Hang tight. Okay. Hopefully that adjustment worked. I'm going to make this sweet little pumpkin. You guys are going to think this is so cute. It is a Dollar Tree pumpkin. I don't do a ton of Dollar Tree crafts. I really don't. I don't know why. I just don't. My Dollar Tree actually isn't that fantastic in terms of having a ton of craft supplies or like home decor stuff. And when they do, it sells out right away. So that's a total bummer. But I do have these. They're actually, I got them last year and I have some leftovers and I pulled them out and I thought I would make something super cute with them. And I already did one. And you guys, it's just too stinking cute not to share. That's how I was feeling. So let me grab this, make sure. I want to make sure I'm live and where I am live. Text BFF. There's Denise. Hello, Denise. All right, let's see. I don't want to get paint on me. Head tight, girls. I got so excited. I probably hit the live button sooner than I should have. That's probably what happened. Oh, Debbie's here. Hey, Debbie, my Massachusetts friend. There's Maggie. Hello, Miss Maggie, and Carrie, and Shona, and Dawn. Hey, ladies. So, anybody have any of these like felt covered pumpkins? And here's what I've discovered. Well, this isn't the cool thing, but I will. So, those of you who are my text BFFs, I said I discovered something cool. I told them this. This isn't the cool thing, but look at like the stem isn't like all the way on there. They're not made great, you guys. It's the Dollar Tree, for goodness sake. And this last one that I did, the felt was actually falling off of it. So I was like, I'm going to take it apart and see what I can do. So watch this. This is what we're going to make with this, you guys. Look at how cute it is, you guys. So cute. We're going to make one of those. So what I did, I started by pulling this out. We're going to dismantle and we're going to recreate. I could not for the life of me on the last one get this, even though it's out of the pumpkin, I can't get it to dislodge from the fabric. So I just went in with a pair of scissors and I went all the way around. These are hefty scissors. I went all the way around and cut that stem out because I could not for the life of me get it dislodged from that. Then you'll discover that this actually is lodged into that pumpkin a bit. It's like inside the pumpkin. So this is what we want to get to, a little styrofoam pumpkin. The cool thing is it has all the indents, you guys. This lighting is terrible. Hang tight. We're going to make a change. We're going to try to make a change and see if this helps. We're going to turn this way down. Sorry, guys. I just can't stand it when you can't see. Okay, see, it has all those indents. So it's the perfect pumpkin shape. It has that big hole there. That's going to work in our favor. So the first thing that I did is painted it. So I picked out a pink color. I just painted it. I wanted a little teal pumpkin, so I painted it teal. Everything else after I did that came afterwards. So let me remove all this stuff. So here's this one. I'm going to do this color. It's just like a olive green. It's called Olive from Annie Sloan. Chalk paint. You can use whatever craft paints you have on hand. So don't worry about what kind it is. What's everybody up to today? Maggie says, way cool. Isn't it so darling? I'm so excited about it, you guys. It's so stinking cute. And it's a Dollar Tree pumpkin and some other stuff that you probably have all this stuff on hand, right? If you're already creating and crafting on a regular basis, you probably already have all this stuff on hand. Hey, Elizabeth from Massachusetts. All my Massachusetts friends. I love it. Hey, let me know where you guys are coming in from. I'm from Massachusetts. I grew up in Boston area. So I have like a special just excitement when Massachusetts folks come on. But of course, North Dakota, I live in North Dakota now. So I'd love to know when my North Dakota neighbors are on. And then everyone else, it just blows me away to get connected with all of you from all over the place. And let's get some names in the prize basket. So the Happy Mail prize basket. I generally add names. And I wasn't going to do that because I don't usually go live on Saturdays, but here we are, and there's already 55 of you. What does the number say to you? To me, it says there's 55 people on live watching. Make sure that you comment, because that's how I know that you're here. That's how your name will go in the prize basket. For every 25 viewers, I generally add a name in the prize basket. So if you're new to the Comfy Nest, this is what I generally do. The more that you guys hit that button, the more you do that, the more people come on. The more people come on, the more names go in. It's very exciting for everybody. Let's see who else is here. Waiting on the grandkids to get here, Carrie says. Oh, that's exciting. What's today? Today's the 18th. You guys, my anniversary is in a couple of days. It's the 18th. Why did I not realize that until just this minute? I wonder if my husband realizes it. It's 18 years, I think. I don't want to do the math. I think it's 18 years. Hey, Colleen. Hello. Hello, my North Dakota neighbor. Beautiful fall day in Colorado. Maggie says, oh, exciting. Stephanie's here from Louisiana. We've got somebody from Oregon. It's Shona's from Oregon. Miriam is here from New Jersey. Miriam, I love your name. That's beautiful. Miriam. That's so pretty. Time is flying, isn't it, though? Hey, Mary Martin. Okay, I'm going to go all the way to the beginning. Who was the first person that said hello? It was Don Riley. Don, your name's going in the prize basket. You were the first one. You guys keep hitting that button, and I will add more names as we get more viewers. That's just how that works. And if you're catching the replay, I also add somebody from the replay. So let me know that you're the replay watcher. Okay, let's see. Next name that I see, the person who said hi is Miss Anne Schramm. A-N-N-E. That's my middle name, Anne. Anne Schramm. That was my mother's middle name too, actually. What did I say today was 9/18/21. Miss Anne, your name is going in the prize basket. You guys keep adding, keep sharing, keep sprinkling, keep spreading the seed, all the things, What are the other things that you've heard said about that activity? Let's paint. We're going to paint this pumpkin. And I found that it helped. I have this like plastic knife that I stuck in the middle of the pumpkin, and it actually helped me hold it without getting paint all over myself. So I may get there, but for now, let's just grab some paint. I'm going to do this one olive green. And what I noticed, I'm going to show you what I noticed in a few minutes. Like the cool thing that I texted all my text BFFs about. I'm going to show you that in a minute. But what I did notice when you're painting these little styrofoam pumpkins, this one actually has a big crevice right there from where they stuck the fabric. There's like a big hole right there. Can you see that? So I'm trying to get the paint down in that hole because I don't want to see any of the white, but it's styrofoam. So you're going to go over it once. Here's what I thought worked out really well. Go over it once. Get that general coat on, and then you're going to go over it again because you're going to end up with some highs and lows. Like, see that white sticking out there? After it dries, you can go back in and like give it another quick coat and fill those little holes in because it's styrofoam. So it's got nooks and crannies, and wait till you see what I discovered about the nooks and crannies in a minute. In a minute, we got to get it painted, and then I can show you that part. So let's get a quick coat. Just slapping on the paint. There ain't nothing special going on right here. Are you creating today? Are you crafting? Carrie's waiting for her grandkids. What's everybody else doing? Hey, Diana. And there's Debbie Segna. Hello, hello, Text BFF. Whoop, whoop, in the house. Maggie says she has the foam ones. Oh, gosh. I got to get my my little Huggy Wipe because I get messy. I be messy when I paint. I'm surprised they don't get paint all over my iPad. And can you guys see what I'm doing here? Gosh, StreamYard. I'm doing this through StreamYard, which is cool because it allows me to see your comments while I'm live. And it allows me to go like broadcast to several places at once. So I'm broadcasting to both of my business pages here on Facebook and to YouTube. So hello, YouTube watchers. If you are a YouTube watcher, I have no idea. If you're watching on YouTube, I have no idea if StreamYard will show me your comments here, if that's what I'm seeing. I have no idea. So if you are catching this on YouTube, will you let me know? I don't know how StreamYard works. I'm not, this probably isn't news to you. but I'm not like a big tech guru. Like, I don't know how it works. I just know that because I signed up for StreamYard, I can broadcast live in a couple of different places. I can broadcast live with a couple of different cameras. This time I just did one, but sometimes I do two cameras, one on me and then one on the project. Okay, I'm at the place where I have to let go of the pumpkin. I can't hold on anymore. I got to let go of it to keep painting. So I'm going to stick this inside the styrofoam. It reminds me of making candied apples kind of thing. It's a little less stable. So it's not going to like, it's a little stable. It wiggles around more, but we can get that last little strip of paint on. Then I'll be able to show you something stinking cool. I hope I can show you on camera. Like I'm blown away. I shouldn't be, but I am blown away. Maybe I'm just simple-minded. I make fun of myself. You can laugh too. Okay. We got the first coat on. I'm going to check the comments quick. See who else is here. Is anybody watching from YouTube? If you can comment, if you're on YouTube and you can comment, I would love to know, because I don't know if that's how StreamYard works. I don't know. I need to make some caramel coated apples. Ooh, Maggie, that sounds yummy. Thanks, Joanne. She says she likes this color. This color, it's like an olive color, and it's from Annie Sloan chalk paint. You do not need to get Annie Sloan. I love Annie Sloan chalk paint. When I was painting furniture, I used it all the time. It's not necessary for crafts. It's a beautiful paint, but it's also very expensive. Just go grab a craft paint for stuff like this. I'm going to dry it. Here's where the cool part comes in. I'm going to try to hold this really close to the camera so you can see what happens. Do you see how smooth that is? It's shiny because it's wet, but you see how smooth that is? When I take my heating tool to it, and I'm not a drying tool, it's a heating tool. This is a heat gun. You can use it like to melt wire. It can get that hot. And I actually don't know what setting it's on. I didn't check. I do have a cord that's kind of tangled. So let me get it untangled. And I'm hoping it reaches all the way to you. Here's what I can do. Oh, we're trying to multitask now, girls. I'm going to unplug it down here. Plug it out here so I get a little more cord action. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to show you this really close. Watch what happens to the pumpkin when I heat it up. See how it's nice and smooth? It's nice and smooth. That smooth is going to go away. Hang tight. It's going to go loud because I'm coming close. But watch what happens to that pumpkin. Watch this. Do you see this? Can you see what's happening? Is it happening? Let me see. Oh, we got to give it a little more time. Hold on. Let me get it going and then I'll show you. Here we go. Here we go. Now it's happening. Okay. I want you to watch. Look at the texture that comes out. See all the little bumps? Kind of like a pumpkin really is. When I heat this up, the heat changes the structure of the styrofoam and it bubbles up, and then you get the bumps and the texture. It's crazy. Look at the bumps. Those only came because of the heat tool. So listen, this was a discovery. It kind of stinks. So listen, I'm no chemist. Just say something here. I'm guessing these were made overseas. I don't know what they're made of. They're styrofoam. When I heat this up, it stinks a little. But look at the phenomenal, like, bumpy texture you get, okay? Which makes it more like pumpkin-like because it looks more realistic. So I think it's stinking cool. But then see what happens is then, because all of those little dots that make up the styrofoam, they shrink a little bit, then it's revealing some of the white underneath there. So you're going to want to put another coat on. But how stinking cool is that, you guys? It does. With the heat gun, Miriam, it makes it look like a real pumpkin. I wish I could hold it close so you could see it the whole time, but it would take a long time for me to do that. But I will show you. You saw how smooth it was. Look, see what it does? It looks like a gourd or a pumpkin. It's a little stinky. It's not horrible. I'm going to turn my fan on actually because I don't know if that's a chemical I'm breathing in. I could just say caveat, like, be careful. Do it with a fan on. Don't be breathing stuff in that you shouldn't be. Keep it away from your face is probably the better idea. But you guys, it is totally, totally bumpy now. Do you see all those bumps? And then it reveals some white. So we're going to go back in. We are going to go back in. Sometimes when this fan is on, you guys, it blows my hair around and it makes me feel like Farrah Fawcett or something. It's a dream. I guess it's a dream. You know, like when Farrah Fawcett used to stand in front of the fan and her hair would blow and they would take pictures of her because her hair was like, she was known for her like gorge hair, right? Okay. So we're going back in. Quick, another coat because we got to cover all that up, all the white stuff. I guess you don't have to if you want your pumpkin to look like totally like distressed and goofy, then just I'm good for you guys know me, I love wonky stuff. But for this project, I want total coverage because we're going to cover it with one more thing after this, which is very stinking cool. And I have some ideas. So let me ask you this. So these pumpkins were orange, like the basic orange pumpkin color. I'm not a fan of, I've discovered I'm not a fan, unless it's like a watercolor orange, like a really pastel-y orange. I'm not a fan of that color in my house. There's nothing wrong with the color. It just doesn't match my house. My house is black, white, gray, and lots of teal. So I did a teal pumpkin, did this before we went live, and I'm going to show you how I got that all together. And now I'm going to do this one because I love these two colors together, the olive green and the teal. What color are the pumpkins at your house? Oh, I just like the fan. There was a splatter of paint and the fan grabbed it and it like flew through the air. It was just like a string of paint. It flew through the air and hit me in the arm. What color are the pumpkins in your house? I was asking yesterday, does anybody have leopard print pumpkins? Oh, that was Thursday. Do you have leopard print pumpkins or animal print? Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Do you have the buffalo check, the black and white buffalo check? I have some of those down in my basement. I haven't dug them out yet. I got to get them up here. But these look, okay, so we've got that second coat done. It's done pretty darn well. I'm going to put the paintbrush aside, cover up my paint so it doesn't dry out since I got the fan going. Browns and some orange and some cream. Oh, that's a really beautiful combination, Maggie. Brown, orange, and cream. Oh, I like the sound of that. My pumpkins are a variety of colors and textures. Denise, I have a bunch. I have some that are metallic, like, oh, these would be really cool in like metallic copper paint, wouldn't they? Metallic copper would be really pretty. I love the like pastel colors and the flowers, the florals that I'm going to use on this. I have a pack that I got from, I think I got them off scrapbook.com. I could have got them off Michael's though, but they're free. They're from Prima. Someone's going to ask me. They're Prima. And these little paper flowers, there are some orange ones of different shades. And then the white ones, I'm going to hold it up really close and see if you can see this. The white, they're all paper. The white ones are made of a paper that have little pumpkins and polka dots all over them. See them? And they're orange and they're teal. And then there's one that's black and white buffalo plaid. So those are the same flowers that I used here on this one. I used a couple of small ones there. So I'm going to do the same thing on this one, and then they'll match because the green, the teal, the orange colors, and the orange you see, it's not a bold, vibrant orange. It's like a creamy, peachy orange that I'm using. I like that orange. I don't like this orange. I don't like that orange. And this reminds me actually, when my son was my oldest son, my first son, when he was 1 year old, I'll see if I can find it, you guys. He had a pumpkin costume. It had like a little pumpkin hat and it was a velvet or velour, I guess, suit that was pumpkin. It had like this collar on it and he was chubby and it was darling. I'm going to see if I can find that photo and share it with you guys. But it was like this. It was this orange. I don't like that orange. It's okay for a 1-year-old's costume, but I don't want it in my house. Okay, so this is covered up nice. I'm going to hit it again with the heat. My nose is really itchy, and I don't know if it's because of this styrofoam that was flying all over the place in here. I'm going to go a little further away because I don't need more bumps I just need to dry it. And actually, if I was really smart, I'd use my drying tool because this doesn't have heat. It's just a drying tool. So let's use this. It works really well to dry. It has a little bit of heat. It's like a really soft, warm, but not hot, so it won't melt. Sometimes you gotta have the right tools for the job, right, girls? So somebody's giggling at my lack of excitement about that bright orange. What color are the pumpkins that you're decorating with? And answer this. Riddle me this. My nose, I'm so sorry, it's itchy. Do you have more pumpkins inside or outside home decor? Maggie has fall allergies. I do too. And actually, let's turn the fan off. Maybe it's like the fan is blowing. Because when I pulled apart the pumpkins, some styrofoam was like kind of like rolling all over the place. So it could be that. Hi, Donna. Hello, hello. Do you have, I know, Maggie, it was so bright. Do you have pumpkins outside and inside? And would you guess you have more on the outside or more on the inside? I have not put, have I put any? I don't put any outside yet. I have a bunch for the outside. I have some big ones for my front porch. But I haven't gotten to it yet. I really need to do it because it's going to get cold. It's already cooling down into the 50s and 60s here in North Dakota. Today's warm, tomorrow's going to be hot again, but the evenings, they're starting to cool down. Fall is in the air, and our leaves have already started turning here up north. All right, so it's a chalk paint, so it's very, very chalky finish, and it looks very, so chalky, another word for that would be very drab. It's a very chalky finish, matte, a matte finish. We're going to glam it up a bit, a tish. I'll show you how. I'll compare the teal one to this one. I just have a couple of spots, especially that little hole where I like really filled it up with paint. All right, let me show you. I think it's dry. Okay, so see how matte that is? It's still a little wet right there, but that's okay. It's very matte. This one, I did add a glaze to it, so it has a bit more of a sheen, and it's a pearl glaze. I will show it to you in a minute. It's a pearl glaze, so see how that one has a bit of a sheen and this one doesn't? You can add like, I'm a huge fan of like paints that have sheen, glitter, pearl, any of those paints that have that. And so this is a glaze. It's a pearlescent glaze from Dixie Belle. And I don't use it that often, but it's quite beautiful. I'm going to put that now on here to just glitz it up a little bit. Just a little, nothing major, nothing crazy. Just a little bit of glitz. Hey, Miss Marcia from Virginia. How are you? Hello, hello. Mary hasn't put any outside yet, but I love the gourd looking pumpkins. I do too. I do too. I love, you know what? I love pumpkins of all shapes. I like to have a huge variety of shapes when I do pumpkins and like at my house. I love to have a huge variety of shapes. Okay, here's what this looks like. It's very thin. It's very thin, very watery. I'm going to grab a new brush because I've already put my other brush in the water. I'm going to try to grab a brush that has like a soft bristle. Yeah, this one's really good. So it's going to move a lot on me. So see how it's like nice and soft. So we're going to dip this into the glaze and then we're going to coat this pumpkin. Oh, I still have a couple of wet spots. I'm going to move around the wet spots. So we're just going to coat it and I'll be interested. Like on the other one, it goes on and it looks a little milky, but it dries clear and just with a sheen. It's a pearlescent. See, so it's going to be just dressing it up a little. So this is like me now. I used to sell jewelry. I used to work for a company, direct sales company, and I used to go to ladies' homes and we used to try on jewelry. It's so fun. I still have a ton of jewelry, but I don't wear a ton of jewelry anymore. I'm just like the earring girl. Sometimes I put a bracelet on. And if I wear a necklace, I'm compelled to wear my cross because that's just what I do. Or I have a medal of Mary. that was my mother's that I sometimes wear. But I'm not a big jewelry girl, so I like the glaze for me is like the earrings that I wear. Just a little bit of dressiness. Nothing too cray-cray, nothing too fancy. But let's see. So here's the glazed side and here's the unglazed side. See that big difference? The before and the after. Before, after. See? When you see them together, it actually is quite a big difference. So we're going to coat this stinker and then we're going to have fun embellishing. And I'm going to show you how I got all those ribbons the way I did. Because I have a couple of different ways that I like to fold and wrap my ribbons that really make them stand out pretty well. So I will share. Oh, it's all about sharing the tips, right? Sharing the tips and tricks. Who else is here? Just went to YouTube and I see your picture is really clear. Carrie, youarethebomb.com, Carrie. Can you comment over there? Like live, can you comment? I don't go live very often, almost at all. I need the knife back so that I can finish glazing. I got just this little section left that I got to glaze. My fingers are getting glaze on them. Carrie, so can you comment over there? I'm glad the picture's really clear. Welcome to all the YouTubers. I don't go live often. And you know what, you guys? It's not for lack of desire. That's not the case. It's just I'm only one person. And I wish I could go live every day. But it's a one woman show, a one creator show over here. So a lot of my days, honestly, are spent, if you are considering, or maybe you already have a creative business, a lot of my days are spent behind the computer, to be honest with you. I wish, and I lament sometimes to my husband. I feel very blessed. I'm so blessed. So don't take this as a complaint. But I sometimes say to my husband, I was on the computer all day today. I wish I could have just gone in my room and created and crafted. So it's a struggle to find the time to do both, right? It's just what it is in life, the struggle for balance. Okay, that is completely glazed over. It needs to dry so that we can do some of the fun embellishments. But I'll show you one more time because somebody's going to ask. I don't sell Dixie Belle. I don't sell like these paints that I'm using. I'm just using them because I have them on hand. And it doesn't matter the brand or what, but this is a pearlescent glaze. That's what I used. I'm going to dry it. Oh, let's get the drying tool instead of the heat tool. We're going to dry it and then we're going to have fun embellishing it. You ever see? Kathy says. Joanne, she says, thank you for showing that to us. Newbies need to see that. Hey, listen, Joanne, and anybody else who's new either to the Company Nest or new to creating and crafting, I have a passion for teaching. And I have a passion for teaching because I feel like it fires us up. I know that when I learn something new, because I'm taking classes all the time too from other artists, when I learn something new, I'll tell you something funny in a minute here. It gets me like super pumped. Like I want to stop everything that I'm doing and go try what I just learned, right? So like last night, I actually thought to myself, I was in here and I was standing here and I wanted to create, but I was so stinking tired. I said, I'm not going to create. I'm just going to go to bed, but I'll watch a video about creating. I'm like you guys, passionate about this stuff. I'll just watch a video about something new that I can learn and show everybody. And then I thought, no, I better not do that because if I do that, I'm going to jump out of bed and come back in here and I'm going to try to create it. Like, does anybody else have that? Like you see something and you're like, oh, I got to run out to the store. I got to go get that so I can try it. I have like this, and it's like an urgency feeling. It's not just a desire. It's like a need, like an urgency, like urgent. Go create Dollar Tree pumpkins. Run to the Dollar Tree, get yourself a foam pumpkin. I get it because I do the same exact thing. So I have a passion about teaching. And that, like, I want to share that excitement with you guys. So if you're new, please ask the questions. Don't ever be afraid to or embarrassed to ask questions. Ask the questions. Mary says the little pumpkins you can buy at the store. You cut a small hole in the top and use them for candle holders. Oh, cute idea. I don't have a big Dixie Belle website. I don't, Maggie. I don't sell it. I have some of their paints, but I don't sell it. I wish I did. I actually have been in contact with them several times, their office in Florida, about that. However, they require that you have a, in order to sell their product, you have to have a storefront. You can't do it just online. And my business is online. I don't have a storefront. So I cannot represent Dixie Belle. Wah, wah. I love their products though. But I was in touch with them and talking to them twice over the years about that. I would love to use just their stuff and to represent their stuff, but it doesn't work for me. Okay, is it dry? It's not quite dry. That section. This is dry. Okay, a little more dry time. Sorry for the noise. Watching paint dry, but listen, as we watch the paint dry, I can put it down because that other side's dry, I think. I know, it's a total bummer, Maggie. Jane says you're totally describing me. I have to try everything I learned right away. Jane, I'm the same way. I'm the same way. In fact, I came across something this morning and I actually had to say, no, Grace. Like I was like being the mom to myself. Grace, walk away. Don't do it. Because you can't be overwhelmed, right? You can only do so much. All right. Are we dry yet, pumpkin? We're all waiting. We're waiting for you. Oh, yeah. It looks funny with that knife in it. It's dry. Finally. What took you so long? Okay. I know I'm a little kooky when I create. I got my hot glue gun going because I'm going to use the hot glue gun for the embellishment. So this is what we have. See how it's got like a little bit of like a pearly sheen to it, but it still has that texture. That right there, like see how it's a little brighter there? That's that pearlescent glaze. So it gives it a sheen. It's a little pearly, but it's not over the top. This one is completely dry. It's curing over time. And that's what I got on that one. So let's do the green one. I went outside and got a stick. It's just a twig. We have a lot of trees at our house. I went outside. I look at the stick and I say, which side do I want on the top? And I like this gnarly bit right there. So I'm going to try. Now you should have saw me try to cut the last one. I'm not very strong. So that was much easier. It was a struggle, but I think it was because it was the thicker end. So this is going to go in here. That's going to be the base. You know, that's going to go in there. So I'm just going to right away glue it up. I'm going to put some glue here to get it to like, you know, we want it to stick in that styrofoam, and the hot glue is going to make that styrofoam melt when I stick that in there, and it will kind of keep it in place. Now, this is going to get flowers all over the top. So that looks terrible like that, right? Like it's got that big hole. The flowers and the ribbons and the jute is going to go all around the top. So we don't have to worry about the hole. Let's get rid of this because it's ugly and distracting. And it's got bits of styrofoam and bits of stick on it. So let's put that aside. And this is what we got. Okay. We're letting that dry in place. The styrofoam is so easy to work with. So the next thing I did was I picked my florals. So here I'm running out of the small ones. I don't have many left. I shared these with, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag, my Craft Crate members. You guys got some of these. Some of you did anyway. Okay, this one is one of my smaller ones, and it has, try to hold it really close. That's the one that has, that would fit really well right there. And then I can put this orange one here. So see how the colors really just go well together. So before I glue or attach anything, I create all of the stuff that I want to put here. So what I have, I'm going to show you how to make a really sweet and cool ribbon out of jute. And actually, I did this bow, this jute bow. I did that jute bow out of this thick ribbon. And when I was finished, I thought, I wish I had done thinner. So let's grab some thinner. Jute, not ribbon, jute. I'm going to grab some thinner jute and I'm going to show you how to do this. So what I do is I take a length of jute and I'm going to use my fingers to create the bow. So I'm going to put this tail. We want to have a tail on one end. Here's the tail. And then I'm going to use the length of my fingers, and that will determine how big your bow is. I want this to be wide. So it's going to be as wide as my fingers are. And I'm going to wrap it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then I'm going to leave a tail on this end. So it's wrapped around my fingers 4 times. I got a tail here and a tail here, and I'm going to cut. Okay. I take it off my fingers, and then this little thing is going to become my bow. So if I squeeze it and pinch it in the middle, you can see how we have a really simple, easy jute bow. Okay. So I'm going to take another little length of this. I'm going to wrap it around where my fingers are pinching, and I'm going to tie it. Does it matter which end? I do like to keep it organized. Like I like to keep these little loops for the bow. I couldn't think of the word, loops, nice and organized. If you're not careful, they'll get all twisted. So I try to hold it really still, and then it's just going to take some practice, but I put it down, and with one finger, I hold the bow so my loops stay in place. And then with the other two fingers, I tie the little knot. I just tie it, and then I'm going to loosely wrap it. I'm not going to pull real tight until I get this centered. I want it centered. You can make it wonky if you want. I like wonky too. Then I can pull my tails downward, and I can pull the tails that I use this tying spot right here where I made the knot. It's not a knot yet. It's just one tie. Ooh, those ring lights make this room hot. I'm going to tie it one more time. I am going to knot it. Now that I have it centered, I'm going to knot it. And what I do is I pull it, I twist it down. So instead of being, I'll show you here, hold on. Instead of that knot right there that I just tied, instead of it being in the middle facing out, I twist it so that it's facing down, and it gives me two more tails, like two more little tails for my bow. And so see how we have that cute little, perfect little loops? And that can be as wide as your fingers are, like as big as you want it. So the thicker the jute, generally the wider you want it. Otherwise, it's really hard to work with to create this little bow if you have really thick jute and you're trying to make a really tiny bow. So thinner jute, smaller bows, thicker jute, bigger bows. So see, it's just a simple jute bow. Okay, now I jazzed it up though. We're going to jazz it up. Maggie loves that pearl glaze. I do too. Thanks for sprinkling, Miss Kata. You're the best. Vicky loves my enthusiasm. It's so like real, like it's so sincere. I truly am passionate. That's why I think you guys probably think I'm a little wonky sometimes. Are they from Hobby Lobby, or what from Hobby Lobby? The flowers? I don't remember. They're from Prima. I think I got them from scrapbook.com. I do a lot of shopping online because I live in a little town and all of the hobby stores are 90 miles from me. So I do a lot of shopping online. So I think they're from scrapbook.com. I'll show you the packaging one more time. And on the back, it says women-owned companies. I'll show you. Flowers, Flor de Prima. Okay. All right. So that's that. All right. So we're going to jazz this up a little bit. So we have this wrapped around like this, but I'm going to take some length of, I have some mint green and some white organza ribbon, just scraps of ribbon. My craft crate. I'm revealing my craft crate members. You have not gotten your boxes yet, probably. I mailed them out the other day. They are coming to you, and I'm revealing some of the things. I love the way you made that bow. Thank you for showing. You're welcome, Miss Mary. I love to show. I love to showcase. I love to teach. Passionate about it. It's such a fast, easy, clean way to make one. So we're going to jazz it up a little bit, though, because I do love jute. I think it's very organic looking. With the stick from my yard, it's going to look super organic, but I want it like the glaze. I want to jazz it up just a little. We're going to jazz it up a little. So I have some organza, and I have some mint green satin ribbon. They're thin. They're skinny ones. And we are going to take a length of each of these. And actually, these are a little bit longer. So I'm going to tie it first. I'm just going to tie these on. And I'm going to actually put the wider one, which is the clear organza. I'm going to put that one lower. And I'm going to tie it on to the center of this bow, this little jute bow, just to jazz it up a little. And so remember when I said, you know, you're going to tie it. You're going to pull this tight. There's my little knot. But I don't want the knot to be up here. I'm going to twist the knot down. So it's going to get these little tails hanging down. I want them to hang down. So it's easier for you. If you do it really loosely, get it in the position you want and then tighten it before you tighten it, get it where you want it to be. Because I want these tails to come downward. So give them a little tug. And now we have a couple of little clear, like white clear organza ribbon, and then we're going to layer it with one more color, and that's the green, which is a little thinner than the organza one. Do the same thing. We're just going to put another layer, and we're going to coordinate all this in a minute here. I'm just going to tie really loose to start. So there's my really loose on top, and then pull your tails downward so they're in the right place, and then go ahead and tighten that so it stays in place. Now we're going to use some hot glue, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere anyway, but after you get them positioned downward, it's easiest to do it afterwards. Then you can pull these tails down, and we're going to have this really sweet jazzed up jute bow, because now it has, this one's not staying. The silky satin one is like the bow is coming, the knot, the tie is coming undone. So I do have to I have to do this one twice. But it's down low now, so my tails should stay in place down low. So see, now I have I love these. I call them tendrils. And I love, oh, not good scissors. These ones aren't that sharp. I love having all those tendrils hanging down, because this is going to hang over your pumpkin. That's going to be like all that fun stuff that hangs down. On this one, I used peach. See that? I used peach. On this one, I used the mint green. And this is all going to hang down low. It's just frilly and it gives it texture. And because we have some organza and we have the satin, it gives it a little bit of sheen, which is going to add to the pearlescent part of this Dollar Tree napkin, or Dollar Tree pumpkin. Okay, this is going to go somewhere. I've got my two flowers going to go somewhere. We're going to do one more thing. If I just glue these on, I don't want to lose my stem, so I'm going to glue them down low. You can see how that's going to cover up the hole. I have a lot of ribbon on this side and I've got none over here. So I'm going to show you one more way to create this beautiful ribbon. So see all these big loops? I'm going to show you how to create these. They can create height and they give softness. And I put these on the side where the flowers are so that those tails hang out on the other side. Okay, so here's how you do this. You're going to take your ribbon, whatever one you want, and you're going to simply create a loop with your ribbon. Okay. We're going to create another one. This is how easy this is. We're going to make sure you have some tails down here. The place where I'm pinching it is where we're going to eventually tie all this, but create a loop. And I usually create them different heights. So you can see the green one is shorter than the organza one. And I like to make sure that my ribbons are facing the same direction. I don't know why I'm fussy about that, but I am. Then let's see, on this one, I did 2 peach and an organza. So let's do another green one on this one. Take another little ribbon. I'm going to loop it and just decide, do I want it to be bigger than, do I want it to be smaller than that other green one? I'm going to make it slightly bigger. So now I have 3 loops. Okay. You can do as many of these as you want. I like to think in terms of 3. It actually would be really pretty to have. Do I have any of that peach left? I do, right here. Maybe, should I add a length of peach? Should I do peach green? This one only has the peachy color. No mint green. Let's see what it would look like if I add a little bit of this one. And this, I love this ribbon because it has those little notches on either side. Again, it gives more texture. It's a little more fancy. A little more fancy pants. You're making it all precious. Oh, thanks, Maggie. That's sweet of you to say. You could add one of the autumn phrases trios on the watercolor paper tags. True, true, Miss Mary. True, true. Thank you for sprinkling, Miss Cindy. You cannot know. That helps so much, so much. Oh, I see an angry face. Who put an angry face? I don't know who. I'm sorry you're upset. I hope you're not upset. I hope it was just a slip of the finger. Okay, we're going to make one more loop. Okay, this one's peach. We're just going to see. What does the peach one look in here with this? Because the peach ribbon really matches that pale orange flower. So I think I will do that. And then I'll take out one of the greens. Let's take out one of the greens and we'll do 3. We'll do 1 green satin, one peach satin, and one organza in white. And so see, I'm still pinching here. I'm still pinching right here, but I got these 3 loops. Here's what I used. This was so easy to do. If you don't have this, just use your jute. If you don't have this, what I'm going to show you, use just a little piece of ribbon that you have left over. But I did find this very easy. Where are my wire cutters? I have some really thin floral wire. So it's super thin. You actually could cut it with scissors, I think. It's just floral wire wrapped in paper, brown paper. And it's like a twisty tie. Heck, you could use a bread twist. You could use a bread twist, really. It's like the same thing, except this one has brown paper. Seriously, save yourself the money. Don't even go get the floral wire unless you have other reasons to use it. But you just twist it. You're just going to twist it around where you're pinching. It just makes it so easy. Then what I did, I twisted it all the way down to the bottom. And it is wire, so it can prick you. It can prick you. So now I have this, and you'll notice this is what they use at the florists. Then you have this little wire that you can stick inside your styrofoam pumpkin. It's brilliant. And then you have these little loops. So this is going to go on the side opposite the little, the jute bow, because I want, now I feel like I need to add orange to my jute bow. But this little wire that I have, what I did on the other one is I folded this up a little to give it a little more strength, because this one's really thin. And then I stuck it in this hole so that these little loops are like worked into where the stem is, and they're all standing up. It gives it height. It zhuzhes it. Is that the word everybody uses? Zhuzh. We're going to zhuzh it up a little bit. It zhuzhes it up, and then it's stuck in that styrofoam. Oh, I pulled it right out. I'm going to get this positioned. And you could use your hot glue if like you have a place where it's like, oh, it's really loose in there. This is like an extra big hole in the pumpkin. That's why. Let's get it stucker in there. And then if you push it in the pumpkin, you're going to get those little loops. Look at how cute they are. And then you have these tails that you can put your florals on. So you're going to have tails on this side and tails on that side. It's just perfect. And the tails, if they're not like, oh, that they're uneven, you can cut them. You're going to cut them when it's all done. You can give a little haircut. Okay, so we have that in place. If it makes you feel better, that's really in place and it's sticking pretty darn good. You can put a little glue on that like I did on the stem and then stick it in. I don't feel like I need to do that. I am going to glue down. Oh, I'm going to put a little peach here. We're going to put one more ribbon on my jute bow because I feel like now it's crying. I need peach. You left me out. I want satin ribbon that's peach. That's what this jute bow is telling me. I know, I seem a little cray-cray. I sometimes do. Please tell me I'm not alone. Talk to myself when I create. Does anybody else do that? We're like the talk to yourself sisterhood, because they are. Say I do talk to myself because I need expert advice. Isn't that funny? I've seen that before. Now we have a little bit of peach on there, and we've got all these tails. I call them tendrils. We're going to glue this down right in here. So I'm just going to put a big bunch of glue right there on the back of this. Ooh, it's hot glue, and my glue gun is a high temperature glue gun. So be very careful, ladies. Like, please do not hurt yourself here. I don't want to get one of my tails from the other side stuck in there. But I'm going to stick it in really far in on the base so that it like puffs up, which is what it does. It puffs up, and then you can fix your little loops later. Don't worry about that. Let the glue set and really give it a good push and let that hot glue cool down so it sets in place. Now we have this. Oh my goodness. I'm loving the colors together. Now we just need to put our paper flowers on the other side. And we're just going to, I usually do like, figure it out before I glue them down. I do figure out where I'm going to put them. I have this one really long tail right here that I will cut that later. I'm not worried about that. Let's put the big one. I have this big hole that was in my pumpkin. I'm going to put the big flower right over that so it covers it up. So hot glue on the back of this. I'm going to push aside all of my ribbon because I don't want my ribbon to get glued down. I want it to be stuck. I want it stuck up. I want it stuck up in the air. So it gives it that. We got one. And now I'm going to fill in this other space right here with the orange one. And I'm just moving all this stuff aside so I can make a space right there for this little orange paper napkin. And paper flower. And they are really pretty. They do have the greenery on the back of them too. You guys, this is so simple, right? You can handle this, right? And listen, whatever supplies you have on hand. If you don't have paper flowers on hand, then use burlap flowers. Like it's all good, right? It's all good. Okay, now we gotta get our ribbons to all like play nice together. Okay, these ones are fabulous on this side. They're just like all hanging out all over the place. Crazy business there. This one is just all by itself and it's too long. I'm gonna cut these down a little bit. I want these up much higher, like up here, so that they're not competing. Oh my goodness, you guys, it's so stinking cute. So now I have a green one and I have my teal one. Aren't they so fun? I'm going to give one away. So this is what I'm going to do. It's so fun. I love doing giveaways. I am going to give it away. I will pull a name. Oh no, let's do this. This is what I usually do when I have something that I've created that I'm willing to share. So I'll give one of them away. I will post a picture of these two inside my free craft community. It's called the Crafty Chicks Club. I will post them both. It'll be a picture in the announcements of the Crafty Chicks Club. So just go, if you're not a member yet, just go on over and join. It's free. Then what you do is you find the post in the announcements tab and I'll ask you a question. Just answer the question. So that's commenting underneath. And when you answer the question, that enters you to win it. And then I'll give it a couple of days so even replay watchers can do it. So maybe middle of next week, I'll pull a name from the group of people who commented to send one to in the mail. So happy mail. Happy mail. Now listen. Remember I told you it's a one-woman show over here? I hate to tell you, like I hate to say to you, I will do this on Wednesday because I don't know that I will do it on Wednesday. I will wait at least until Wednesday. It may be Friday next week when I pull a name, which is in your favor because if you're catching the replay on Wednesday, you didn't miss out. If you're catching the replay on Thursday, you probably haven't missed out yet. Just join the group. Find the announcement and then comment. If someone has won, you'll see that in the announcements. But I don't know what day it's going to be. So please just give me a little grace. Like I said, one woman show here. If people place orders, which by the way, I have a new little craft bundle on the website, thecomfinesswithgrace.com. It's a napkin and house cutout bundle. Anyway, if people are ordering that, that's going to take priority. And the limited time that I have, I'm going to get those orders put together and send them in the mail to paid customers. Then when I remember sometime next week, I will wait at least until Wednesday. I will go back to the post of the pictures of these, and I will put everybody's name will be like, just be a random choice of all of the people who commented. I will pick someone to send it to. Whoa, you do all of the shipping and social media. I do everything, Angela. I will say that I do everything by myself. I have a friend, an acquaintance who I used to work with, Denise. She lives about 30 miles from me. And I have called her a couple of times where she's come, and I have a couple of membership boxes and we send them out every month. And the Napkin Lovers Club, which if you want to get in on that, you guys, you have to sign up now. Don't wait because the next box goes out in October. She'll come and she'll help me package all that stuff up so I can send it out because we have about 90 people in that group. And it's hard. It's hard. I was up till 1:30 the other morning getting stuff ready for my craft crate, the other membership box. So yes, Angela, I do it all. I do all the social media, although I just hired my brilliant nephew, Michael. Michael, if you are listening, Michael goes to Holy Cross, College of the Holy Cross in Massachusetts. And he's brilliant and he's really good with technology. He's a computer science and math major. He's really good at math, which I'm not. And I've hired him. He has been super stinking helpful. Before he went to school, he worked for me for about a week, and I gave him all these things that I could not figure out with my email system and with posting and just these struggles that I was having. And he like a breeze. Michael got it figured out. So Mr. Michael has volunteered to help his aunt, who's not very tech savvy or good with math. So he is going to be helping me too, but he just started college, his senior year. I'm so proud of you, Michael. He just started his senior year at college. And the first couple of weeks of class have been very busy. So I'm missing him right now. So Michael, if you're listening, I need you. I need you back. I got a list of things for you to do that I can't figure out. He is such a blessing. And so is Denise. They're both such a blessing. Oh, Kathy says, move to Florida and I'll help you. Kathy, if you were a tech savvy, I would have you help me with the tech stuff from Florida. I can't move to Florida, Miss Kathy. Our business is here, my love. That's my sister, you guys. If you're wondering, my sister Kathy, who is retired happily in Southwest Florida, is trying to convince me to move down there. And I say, all with time. All with time, my friend. Someday I'll retire too. And my husband will retire. But right now we have kids in school. They're in high school and they're going to finish high school here and then we'll see. Angela says, what an inspiration. To us in more ways than one. Oh, Angela, that means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you. Michael is a flippin' doll. He's so sweet. He's so funny. He's so patient. Like, can I just say that? Because patience is necessary. Because, listen, I'm 48 and I used to think I was good with technology and I can get around a little bit, but I can't. There's usually some problems that just stump me and I can't figure out why doesn't this work or how do I fix it? And he's really good at that. He's younger. So of course, then technology is not as hard for him because he can keep up with it. It changes so fast, right? Plus, this is what his major is in college. I'm so blessed to have him as a helper. My sisters want me to move back east. Maggie, you're out in the west, you're in Colorado, and they want you to come back east. Oh, it's hard to be far from your sisters. I know it's so hard. Most of my sisters, 3 of them live in Massachusetts, and Kathy lives in Florida. And then I'm up here in North Dakota, and we have brothers too. I'm one of 13 kids. So you guys, my brothers, I have one in Delaware. I have one in he's in North Carolina, one in New Hampshire, and then the rest are in Massachusetts, right? The rest are in Massachusetts, Kathy? Yeah, everybody else is in Massachusetts. Oh, Angela, that's such a sweet comment. Napkin Lovers Club is the best, Kana says. Listen, the napkins are all picked, but I will not tell you what they are. I usually keep things a secret, but I'm waiting for, I sent out an invitation to everybody who's on the wait list. It's a quarterly box, you guys. My craft crate, the other one, is monthly, but the Napkin Lovers Club is quarterly. So if you don't get in now, you have to wait to get the napkins until January would be the next box. So if you enroll today, it's $39. That's flat rate. So shipping and tax are included. You're going to get about 15 napkins, give or take. You're going to get about 15 napkins each quarter and other craft supplies with it. So this last time, my folks got this surface, this little wooden surface. This was one of the napkins, and they got this surface, and we did this project. And then they got this surface, this little chunky canvas, and we did this project. And so in the private group for them, every couple of weeks I go live and we use the stuff that they get in their quarterly box, creating projects and kind of talking about techniques and best practices and what's the difference between using a decoupage medium and a gel medium for your napkin projects. So if you like crafting with napkins, let me get that stuff put away. Oh, it's not going to stay now. If you like crafting with napkins, or if you want to learn how to, I have ideas coming out my ears, and I'm so excited about sharing them. And every couple of weeks I go live, and inside that group, I go live, and the video recordings are always there in the group. So if someone misses the live, they can watch the video recording and do their project. But I send, they got a brush, a pouncing brush. They got the liquid gel medium, which is one of my favorite things to use with napkins to decoupage. So they got my favorite one, and that's a welcome gift. Those 2 things are a welcome gift to any new member. They got those. They got, as founding members, because I just launched it, the founding members got a craft mat. They got the 2 surfaces. They got ribbons. They got the napkins. So they got a lot of stuff. And I think that was it, girls. Was that it? In their box. Plus they get the live workshop video recording every other week. They get the private community. So it's $39. And I just started it. So I started it at $39, but I cannot guarantee it will always stay $39. But for now, it's $39. And when you enroll, I do this with all my groups, you lock in the price when you enroll. So all the founding members will always pay $39 for as long as they stay in, even if I jump the price up. Okay. If you enroll now, it's still $39. It's going to stay $39 for this next quarter. The napkins, the box of supplies, the napkins and the craft supplies will go out mid-October. So you sign up now for $39. Just explaining this now that we're talking about it. For $39, every quarter, your credit card will be auto charged on the first day of the next quarter, the next quarter will be January 1st. Okay. And you can cancel anytime. So if you decide you don't want to do it anymore, you just cancel. It's easy breezy and super fun. We're having a lot of fun. The sprinkles, the glitter. Thank you, Kana. Thank you for sharing. It really does help to just spread the word that the Comfy Nest is out here, and I have these craft memberships, these craft clubs that you can belong to. 2 of them come with a subscription box sent to your door. Those are 2 options. And then I have another craft club that you don't get anything in the mail. I do craft videos, instruction, techniques, workshops in the group, and we do giveaways, and we're doing a secret sister exchange this month. Oh, I put the clipboards away. We just met last night for Girls Night In, which is our live craft session each month. The pumpkins are beautiful. Oh, I'm so glad you love them. So someone will get one of these. I'm going to keep one for myself. I'm not sure which. And someone will get the other one. I will post today when we're done. I'm going to post a picture of these inside the Crafty Chicks Club. That's my free craft community that you're welcome to join. And then you go find the announcement post and then comment. Just answer the question that I asked in that announcement, in that post. And then sometime, I don't know when, but sometime this coming week, toward the end of the week, I will pull a winner and send her a pumpkin. How fun is that? A pearlescent, because it's got a little pearl here, a little pearl glaze pumpkin with some beautiful orange and paper, farmhousey paper flowers, and some ribbon, and we've got the natural stick here for the stem, and it's got the pretty jute and satin organza bow on it. Oh my gosh, it's darling. All right. You're welcome, Maggie. If you guys have questions, ask them in the comments. Gail says, cool. I'm so glad you think so. Anybody's welcome to join that group, so feel free to invite your friends as well. I guess that's about it for today. I was so excited to share this with you guys. Oh, my hubby's coming. Come on over and say hi to everybody. He's gonna come over and say hi. Do you guys want to see? Yeah, he just came home. Oh, here he comes. You guys are gonna get the monster man. Here he is. Hi, honey bunny. This is the monster man. Hi, baby.
Hi.
How are you?
Excellent.
You're back. Did Landon go get you?
He sure did.
We have a kid who can drive now. So my husband, I'm going to tell them the story, honey. Oh, Kathy said, hi, handsome. So he said to me a few hours ago, I'm going to drive in and I got to go pick something up. I got chores to do. He said, I got to drive in. I'm going to go pick something up. And he was it doesn't long stories. It doesn't really matter. He was going to need a ride back home. So, because he was leaving the vehicle somewhere else. So I said, well, I can come get you. Just call me when you're done hitting the store. Oh, Beth loves it. There's my other sister, Bethy. She says she loves the Napkin Lovers Club. I'm so glad, Beth. So anyway, he was going to call me. He's going to hit the store, get this additive that he needed for the gas tank, then call me. And I was going to go pick him up where he was. And I waited. And I waited. And I waited and I wanted to go live. I was working on the pumpkins and I'm like, I want to share this stuff. When is he going to call? And I waited. I had a little snack pack of Pringles. I waited. Okay. I folded some towels and I waited. And I'm like, I want to go live. And I waited. And then I started painting this one. And I'm like, man, if he would just call me and I can go get him, then I can go live. Because if I go live and then he calls me, it's a tremendous amount of stress because I'm live and I can't answer. And then he's stuck, right? So I couldn't have that happen. And my son, my 16-year-old wasn't home at this time. Well, then my 16-year-old comes home. He had gone duck hunting. So he cleans up from that and he's sitting watching TV. And so I called my husband and I said, what are you doing? What are you doing? He said, oh, I'm just visiting. He was visiting with a friend. And I said, well, I'm waiting for you to call me. And he's like, well, what do you mean? I said you needed a ride. I said I would come get you. I've been waiting. Irritated. Like, I'm not mad, but I'm like, come on, man. I'm trying to connect with the crafty chicks. I want to show them the stinking pumpkins. And he said, oh, I'm sorry. I can come home right now. I said, listen, you don't have to come home right now because Landon's home and Landon can go get you because he drives now. So then I went live. And so apparently the 16-year-old thankfully went to get his dad, so that we could hang out, crafty chicks. He's a good man, my husband, but he was making me wait. Don't make the crafty chicks wait. It's not allowed. I'm generally like pretty easygoing with them. Like, I will go pick you up. I have no problem with that. I had no intention of going in town, but I don't mind. Until you make me wait and eat Pringles when I didn't need to eat Pringles. Okay. That was just out of boredom. Kathy Eno says, I love the Napkin Lovers Club too. Look at all my members coming in and giving a shout out to the club. My Craft Crate, Napkin Lovers Club, and Craft Therapy Club. Those are my 3 paid memberships. They're all awesome for different reasons. You can go to my website, thecomfynestwithgrace.com, to just read about them and see if they might be a good fit for you. And you can let me know if you have questions. Don't be afraid to ever reach out and ask me what questions you have. Oh, Maggie, your grandson's name is Landon, and we spell it the same way. It's O-N on the end. Yes, Landon is my oldest child. Oh, I'm so glad you love that club. All right, you guys. Okay, Carrie says hi to Chris. I painted the pumpkins with just craft paint, or not craft paint. The olive one is Annie Sloan chalk paint in the color olive. You cannot probably hardly read that. It's in a mason jar. Annie Sloan chalk paint, color olive. And then the other one, this is a really old container of paint, but it's this color. It's from the American Paint Company. My sister-in-law gave this to me years ago, and I hardly ever use it. It's a clay chalk mineral-based paint in the color. Does it have a color? Oh, it's peacock. It doesn't matter though, really. You can use it. And I actually had to mix some white into this because I didn't want it that deep color. So I mixed some apple barrel white to get it to be a lighter teal. I wanted it to be not so dark and deep. But yes, that's what I just used. You could use any craft paint, any acrylic paint that you have, any chalk paint, any of those would work. I'm a newbie in the Napkin Club, Jane says. I can't wait to get my box. We've got 5 people who have signed up. So this is what happens. So once the box goes out, if I'm out of supplies, I can't send you a box, right? So that's why I'm saying, if you want to join now, because I'm finalizing what's going in the box. I have most of what's going in the box, and I have it for a limited number of people. So I have to know that you are a member in order to order for you, in order to get your stuff, right? So if you sign up now, I'll know that you're included in the October box. I have to have that all figured out before the end of this month. Because if I need to order more stuff, I have to order it before the end of the month so that I can send it out to you the middle of the month, right? So I have to plan ahead for that. If you join like the end of October, what I've been doing is you're not going to get a box right away, but you can join the end of October. And then your first box will ship out to you in January. That will be your first month. But I do give you immediate access to the private group, but you won't get a box right away. So you're not paying anymore. You're not paying and not getting something. You will eventually get your box. It just won't be until January. But you'll get immediate access to the private group where I do the workshops. Okay, so that's how that works. But it's best if you want to get the box with all the goodies and you want to follow along with the workshops that I do with the same napkins and surfaces and craft supplies, then you would want to sign up now. It's just $39. You pay now. Your next charge wouldn't go on until January 1st for that group. I'm so glad you guys love it so much. I was looking for deco art paint. I couldn't find any. Do you know who carries it? Maggie asks. I get my deco, listen, because the stores are 90 miles from me. So I go to decoart.com and that's how I buy my deco art paint. And they have a huge selection and they have a great clearance section on their page. So that's what I do. I don't know which stores carry it because I don't generally buy paint at stores because I can't wait until like 5 months from now when I get out of town again. So that's how I do it, Vicki. All righty, you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. I have a bit of Diet Coke left here. I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to take a picture of these pumpkins, post them in the Crafty Chicks Club. Replay watchers, make sure that you let me know that you're replaying. You're watching the replay. Do me a favor if you can you guys help me get like 30 shares? Just hit the button if you're willing. Don't feel obligated, but if you have somebody that you think would get value from this, hit that button and send it over to her or him or into a group that allows it, or even on your own public page, your own personal page to share. If you have a business page, you could do that too. I would be so honored if I'd give you a shout out on my page. So it's just super helpful to small creative businesses, any business really on social media to have their stuff shared. So thank you for that. Oh, I'm so glad you had fun, Miss Maggie. I love hanging out with you guys. All right, you guys have a blessed day. I'll catch you next time. Bye.